Hello everybody, my name is Robin Hills and I'm the director of a company called EI for Change. I've put this short video together to give you some insights into a product that we've been working on called Images of Resilience. We've been working with an organisation called RSVP Design Limited, who are creators of experiential learning activities. RSVP Design write, design and supply creative resources for training that support trainers and learning development professionals across the globe. EI for Change Limited specialise in training, personal development and coaching based around emotional intelligence. Through our discussions, we were finding that there was nothing to support training activities in the areas of resilience. With this in mind, we created Images of Resilience, which is a metaphor-based toolbox that contains images representing resilience in a number of different ways and in a number of different contexts. The idea is that Images of Resilience will sit within an existing images series that RSVP Design has within its product portfolio. Images of Organisation looks at organisational development and the way in which teams and individuals work within that organisation. Images of Customer Service looks at the customer service experience and particularly at the sales process. And then of course there's Images of Resilience. Although each of these series of images looks very similar in construct, they should actually be used in completely different ways in order to get the best learning experience. A metaphor is a figure of speech. It describes the subject by comparing it to and describing it in terms of another, otherwise unrelated topic. The definition of metaphor includes similes, parables, analogies, etc. The word metaphor comes from the Greek word amphora, which is a storage container used for transporting valuable goods. As we use metaphor as a means to transport meaning from one subject to another, the word metaphor itself is a metaphor. Metaphors can be very powerful because they actually allow difficult or sensitive subjects to be approached and discussed in quite a bit of detail. They provide a way for reluctant individuals to open up, share their thoughts, their feelings, to discuss their emotions without fear of conflict, without fear of criticism, and without fear of retribution. So they allow for quite cathartic conversations to take place at a very deep level, which are accessible at any level within an organisation. And it leads to discussions around topics which may otherwise not be discussed or not be approached directly. The Images of Resilience toolbox consists of 3 sets of 16 different cards. These are A5 laminated cards, and the pictures, the images of resilience, are represented in a cartoon-like style. This means they're fairly accessible to anybody and everybody within the organisation. Instructions with case studies and suggested uses are included in the pack, and each individual card is given a description. The whole lot is put together in an A5 plastic box. The 16 images within the Images of Resilience pack were designed to represent both pleasant and unpleasant emotional states that lead to the facilitation or to the draining of resilience, and the focus then is on how this can be used as a metaphor within the focus of the workplace. These images represent what resilience is and what it means for the individual. The specific images are quite widely used and they're quite popular representations of resilience. The images bouncing back, that's the wobbly toys and the rocking horse, are intended to symbolise resilience in terms of the ability to take knocks and to rebound. New growth is the plant growing in the barren conditions, and in this situation, resilience is shown by the ability to grow and thrive in difficult and unfavourable conditions. These 6 images symbolise the pressures, challenges and situations that require most resilience. They're looking at when resilience is needed. They're entitled Ambiguity and Uncertainty, which is the trophy in the maze, Overcoming Fears, which is shown by the bungee jumping and the roller coaster, Limited Challenges, depicted by the never-ending staircase where people are going up and down and going nowhere fast. Keeping Focus is the treasure on the island, surrounded by the challenges of the sharks, the icebergs and the pirates. And then Barriers to Success is shown by the many mountains to climb, many rivers to cross, the brick wall, the red tape, anything which gets in the way of progress. And finally, Risk is looking at the type of risks that are being taken and whether it's good risk or whether it's bad risk. The remaining 8 images depict qualities and skills that can be developed to enhance resilience. In the first image, the individuals are enduring a race despite being tied to elastic. They've many hoops to jump through and hurdles to jump over, and at times it's like 3 steps forward and 1 step back. The man studying has the tenacity and persistence to continue despite many tempting distractions, and so he's good at self-management. The individuals playing basketball in the wheelchairs have overcome adversity and life-changing events, but have the determination to take up a new challenge and to carry on enjoying life. The man sailing the yacht is in control. He knows the capability of the craft, and he's able to use all his skills and resources to maneuver the yacht across the harbour. The tree bending in the stormy weather is able to withstand the elements and withstand the change. Others huddle together trying to ignore what's happening, and like the ostriches, bury their heads in the sand. Migrating animals show a drive and motivation to make journeys together of many miles for food and to breed. They operate as a group and act as a team. People may seek guidance, a light to guide the way. There are many choices, but the light can give clear direction. We all tolerate a certain amount of stress at work. This is normal. Levels of stress are going to differ from person to person. The person in the final picture is able to cope despite various time pressures and various demands. Some of the images will have absolutely no meaning for some people, and some of them have a very clear meaning. What we found in terms of using images of resilience is that when people talk about the image and they talk about the metaphor, there's a real depth that goes beyond the original intention of the image, and people can really explore quite a lot around resilience, what it means for them, what it means for teams, and what it means for their work. As I said earlier, using images of resilience is different to using the other images series. They can all be used in one-to-one coaching sessions and in group work and team exercises. The difference with images of resilience is that each image needs to be explored and understood from an individual perspective. So in terms of briefing the exercises, it's well worth getting people to really think about what resilience is, what it means for them, and what the image is showing. There are instructions for use and case studies within the pack, but we found many other ways of using the images, incorporating them into our workshops and in coaching in a variety of different ways. The key to using images of resilience well is to give people the time to explore, to debate, and to discuss what each image means for them personally. Any strong emotions that are evoked by the images can be explored to give more information about that person's reactions and ultimately what this means for their resilience. Challenging people to think deeper about these images and the metaphors has given rise to insights far beyond those expected. On many occasions, we found that these weren't even considered within the design of the toolbox. The 16 picture cards are accompanied with supporting notes and questions, which explain the original thinking behind the choice of image. Of course, they're open to individual interpretation and as a stimulus for ideas, but this can lead to new, deeper insights. In working with the Toolbox, as I've said earlier, people respond positively to some images, whilst other images have little significance for them. Often recognition can simply be of a remembered experience. It's been observed that this is predominantly related to overcoming some difficulty in some context. Sometimes the connections are very obvious to a person, and sometimes there's confusion as they can't make any connections at all. This is where the coaching questions become quite relevant and quite useful. So, how can you get hold of a copy of Images of Resilience to support your training and coaching? The easiest way is to contact RSVP Design directly, either on one of the telephone numbers given on this slide or through their website www.rsvpdesign.co.uk. I hope you found this very short presentation useful, and I hope it's given you some insights and some ideas as to how you can use a really powerful new tool called Images of Resilience. Thank you. If you'd like further information about EI for Change and the work that we do around emotional intelligence, here are our contact details. Do feel free to get in touch through any of the social media platforms. It'd be good to hear from you. Speak to you soon. Bye.